Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Rooted and Rising podcast. I'm joined with my co-host here, Sienna. How you doing?
Hello. Good.
And we have a special guest, Michael Johnston. Me and Mike here this is our third podcast together on a third. This is our third time doing a podcast on a third different podcast.
Yeah.
And
third time's a charm.
Third time is a charm, and this is actually episode number 2121 equals to 3, and there's 3 of us here, so I take it as a sign in all types of ways.
I'll try not to let you down.
No pressure. You'll be fine.
But today we're talking about something that's I think near and dear to everyone at this table: leadership, mentorship, and having a vision. When I think of leaders, I think of Moses, Joseph, David in the Bible. Moses, when God called him, he was like, but I have a stuttering problem. I can't talk. God's like, I got you. Don't worry, I got you. Joseph was given a dream, was given a dream, didn't see that happen until 20 years later. God had his back. And then David was announced king as a kid, but wasn't king immediately. He ended up having to go through a time to even see this king. And actually David's son Solomon, when Solomon became king, he told God, I'm not wise enough. I don't know what I'm doing. He had to make a sacrifice to get wisdom. And that's being humble, knowing like I don't know everything. A great leader knows that they don't know everything. The bad leaders in the Bible take control of their own self, and stuff happens. But that's why we brought you here today, because you are a great leader. You have done things consistently throughout your whole life that whenever I hear you speak, I had to listen. I just stopped talking. And I'm like, all right, this dude is speaking wisdom. You drop gems on me sometimes at a family function for no reason. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah. I just like you kind of mentioned before we started, just like you have 3 things. We all here have 3 things that define us, and that's faith, fitness, and family, right? And so I've seen you in every aspect. And a lot of the times I actually haven't gotten to see you in the business world and how we talk because we're just personal, right? So it's neat to have the random gems that do drop, and it's like, oh, like just some wisdom.
Whenever I wear my coat and tie, basically go to work, and I run into people, they're like, oh, who are you?
Yeah.
Because nobody's used to seeing me dressed up.
Yeah,
they
all
think
dolled up.
I'm Mike Fitness, I'm running, I'm doing this. But, I do have a real job, so.
You do, indeed.
Yeah, so I will probably put a link to the description of all our other podcasts that we've done together. It's just so we have to go redo everything we've already done. But just a quick recap, you will have been a collegiate athlete, sales tycoon, for lack of better words, and then a bodybuilder for a long time. And you actually led the state of Texas in all bodybuilding competitions, which is it's a huge accomplishment, a huge deal. And that's why I respect a lot of stuff you say, because you actually have the accolades to back up what you've done. You have the resume. And so yeah, go back to those podcasts. I'll put in the description to find out more of what he's at, because now I want to just take stuff from his brain. Today's the day we're going to learn about leadership and what that actually is. And so what is leadership to you? Because you actually told us for the podcast, everybody has a different definition. What is your definition of leadership?
My definition of a leader is just someone who inspires, guides, supports their team to achieve a shared vision, one goal. So,
speaking of leaders, he came prepared. He came with his own notes.
Yeah.
I told him a topic, and he's like, all right, I'll send you my notes later. And within that day, he sent me his notes. And he came with bullet points and everything. It's like a class. You have a whole class right there, and I like it.
This is 60 years of work. Right here.
I might need to take that from you.
He actually, what are the type of leaderships that you had wrote down on your notes? What were the types of leaderships, the different types?
So in what I do, everyday life, I feel like there are 10 different types of leaders that are out there. You have a transactional. Basically, what transactional is time for money. That's what we all do. I'll give you 40 hours a week, I get a paycheck, right? So transactional. Transformational, where you inspire or you empower people below you to try to, attain the strategy that you put in place. A servant, you serve first, you lead second, because we follow Jesus Christ, the Lord Jesus Christ. So he's first, we're second. A Democratic, and I'm not saying like Democrat versus Republican, but Democratic is we all work together for the same vision and the same goal. An autocratic, it's my way or the highway, the Napoleon theory. Bureaucratic is by the book. Laissez-faire. This is a new one. I'd never heard of laissez-faire before, but if it ain't broke, why fix it? But in my brain, how are you going to grow the business or grow yourself if you're just staying the same?
Yeah, stagnant.
So,
Never,
you can't.
You'll
So,
fiddle out eventually.
very charismatic. This gal is an amazing communicator. He has high persuasive skills. He can get you to do what he wants you to do. And that's a great leader.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a great leader as long as his morals and ethics and values are in line with you. Coaching, mentorship, we talked a little bit about that before. And situational. I think every great leader needs to be situational, highly flexible, because you never know what's going to happen when you turn that corner. You never know. Things are going to change. You know, there might be a back order on your product, or there might not be any houses to sell in the market, or, you know, something, you know, but you have to be ahead of the curve.
Got to adapt.
Exactly.
I've talked to Sonny Woody before, who works with NCAA coaches, and he says the best coaches, though his assistant coaches, become head coaches somewhere else.
Oh yeah,
they're able to lead their own teams eventually.
Yeah. That's a sign of a great leader.
And he was actually told by a great leader, like, that's the sign, that like that's the only way you can judge me.
Exactly.
It's if people under me were able to go do their own thing. If they couldn't do that, then I didn't do my part.
You as a leader, your first job should be to get the people below you promoted. Period. Because if you can teach them to be successful as you are, then they're good. Yeah. They're already making money. Now then it's time for the next level. But remember this. We all want to be promoted, right? We all want that next level. New levels equal new devils. Okay?
It comes with, yep.
Remember that, okay?
More money, more problems.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Say.
Yeah.
Sienna, what type of leadership do you respond to out of those?
Out of the ones that you just mentioned? Oh, that's a good question.
I feel like you're a transformational type.
I was just about to say the transformational one. And I also, adapting is kind of where I'm at right now. So it's like learning how to adapt and not get your feathers under a rug, like not freak out, not get overwhelmed, not let your people know, right, that you're overwhelmed, and just kind of learning how to lead in that department. But right now I'd have to say it's a transformational one.
Well, okay, let me add to that. Okay. You're very charismatic. Very.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't know you are or think you are, but you are. You have the personal skills to change people's minds. And that's a good salesperson. To change somebody's mind without making them mad,
right,
or being too aggressive. I see you.
The delivery.
I see you like
delivery.
that. Yeah, it's all in the delivery. Yeah.
I'm really liking this conversation. I might actually be silent because I'm taking it all in, but I have a lot to say all at the same time.
So I was telling you about it before.
But please do say something, because a lot of times I'm not thinking it, and when I hear it, it brings it back up.
Yeah, I will.
So I was telling you before all this that I had a client of mine I had a friend of mine who has a job overseas, and right now he's going over there to lay somebody off because the guy that's in charge over there, he's old school, and he's like, I say go, you go. And there's no and ifs or buts, there's no why, there's no how. How have you seen like leaderships, like from where you started in your career to now, how has it evolved and changed over time? What have you seen this whole time?
And thinking about what you just said, there's only two reasons why people leave jobs. A, for more money, or because they don't believe in the mission or the value from the leader. And it sounds like nobody believes what this guy's saying, because he probably hadn't told him his strategy, the tactics that they're going to use to get there. They're just like, okay, what do I do? And he's just ramming stuff down their throat. You can't be a leader and do that. Yeah. That's not a good leader.
Yeah, he's like, I'm getting you paid, do your time, and then also like you're like autocratic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's a new wave. Like now, people want to buy into what you get. They want a purpose, and that's the hard part. Is now people they don't know the purpose. So you have also trying to sell them on that as well. Like, look, you have more. I'm trying to inspire you, but you also want them to buy in. I know right now, because I've heard it myself. I have people who are scared to show people what they do on a daily basis. People are scared to train their replacements. They're training somebody, but they think in the back of their mind, I'm training my replacement. I don't want to tell you everything I do because I need my company to need me. Right. If they don't need me, they will let me go. And I know you don't know that you can get paid more for what you're doing.
So let me give you an example for what I do. So I've been in pharmaceuticals now for 35 years. I've been in chemotherapy, oncology for 30 years. And my customers have been the same since day one.
Dang.
And the only thing that changes is me with a new company, with a new drug. But since I have all these relationships, people will buy from me because they buy from Mike, the brand.
Yeah.
Regardless of what I sell, because they've been sold before, they trust what I do. So
that speaks.
That's powerful. It really is.
I always tell people when I'm networking in general, if we're not, we are our own entrepreneur.
You are.
At the end of the day.
No, you're your own brand.
You don't have someone waking you up, holding your hand in the mornings.
Right.
However, I believe now, it took me a few years to discover this, but you're your own brand. You might have a name behind you or on that business card or whatever it is, but you show up as you, and that's what draws people to you, right? So that's 100%. Just kind of assured me on, I guess, what I'm saying is what I believe as well.
If you can sell yourself, you can sell anything that you're selling. Seriously, because people buy from who they like. That's one of the first things I learned in sales. People buy from who they like.
Yeah.
Period.
I have a question for you. Back whenever you just mentioned the two things when it comes to people resigning. From your experience, you also mentioned yourself, you've had some companies you've worked for that you didn't necessarily see the vision from your leader, from whoever it was. Did you learn that from way back when? Did it take you some time to kind of figure that out? And what made you even realize to make that decision? Because it's a paycheck, right? It pays the bills, puts the roof over the table. That's why a lot of people also might not leave.
That's a great point.
So I just would like to know, was there a certain trigger point for you?
Well, first of all, you got to have money in the bank to walk away from a job. Okay. So like I told you at the beginning, there are actually 3 jobs that I walked in and quit because I didn't believe in the vision of my leader. And it wasn't tough. Look, I quit. I'm not working for you anymore. I don't believe in what you're doing. Margin over mission and mission over margin. I mean, that's always my statement. And 9 times out of 10 with these leaders, it's always margin over mission, meaning margin's money. Let's make more and more money. And I don't care how we do it, but we just have to do it. And I don't believe in what you're doing. So you have to have money in the bank to be able to quit. But another thing is you have to go back to your core values, your ethics. If there is something in your gut saying, this just ain't right, that's because you've got good moral character and you don't believe in that. I'm not going to go out and sell drugs off label. And a lot of these companies want you to go talk off label drugs, and I'm not going to. But that shows, margin over mission. So
it also talks about.
To answer your question?
Yes.
We had a Bible study here on Thursday. We talked about drawing the line, like how we just let too much stuff slide, and once one, you just keeps going, and it builds up. They're going to keep taking away from you, and you have to have that line drawn.
We call those swim lanes. In business, we call those swim lanes. Stay in your swim lane. I'll stay in mine. You stay in yours. Okay. If I need to talk to you about something, here's the strategy. Here's the overall strategy for the company and this particular drug. We're doing this. Now then, let's devise tactics. Here's my tactic. Here's your tactic. Stay in your lane. Because once you start crossing those lanes, everything gets messed up. The lines get blurred. So
just drop the gem. So you stay in your lane.
But, that's not only at my level. That's at the next level and the next level. If this guy's, impeding in my swim lane, I'll call him. I know you're vice president, you're executive VP, but I got this. You're only causing confusion. So
that shows you your self-respect and your value.
Absolutely.
You drawn the
absolutely.
line.
Yes.
I want to highlight some of those things you wrote down in your notes about some of the traits of being a good leader, the good communication skills, the ability to motivate others, positive outlook to keep going and to persevere, which
it's tough.
We've heard it on our last podcast, Dr. Dan, how he got flooded during a hurricane, but yet got through it. A lot. That's a lot. Creativity and the ability to overcome problems, provide feedback to support development and learning, which is so hard. Because you want to give the people feedback, and there's like a recipe to do that. What do they call it? The feedback sandwich. It's like a sandwich. Like you give them a compliment, tell them what they're doing wrong, then give them a compliment again.
Actually, so the way I do that is I'll do 2 compliments before I drop the bomb. So I want them to feel good about themselves. I mean, I know people that just come in, just land blast. You're doing this. Well, that person's already shut off.
Yeah,
they've already shut
Mm-hmm.
you off. But if you go in there and say, look, you're doing great here. You're doing a fantastic job here. How about if we try to do this?
Mm-hmm.
You know, get them involved in their own situational education.
Right.
So.
Yeah, where they're okay. I've still got this good going for me. Let me just work on.
Look,
this
you're on
thing.
a roll here. We just need to work over here. So there's a way to do things. There's a way not to do things. You know.
And everyone works differently and is motivated differently.
Exactly. Going back to what you stated about leaders that I had resigned on, I remember this one leader that I had, and I was very iffy about him when he first came on, but one of the first questions he asked me was, they call me MJ at work. MJ, how much money do you make? Well, that's the president of the company. So I told him.
Yeah.
He looked at me. He goes, "That's you make way too much money." I mean, and now all of a sudden I've got this negative connotation in the back of my brain. I make too much money. He's looking to replace me. So you really have to watch what you say as a leader.
Dang. Okay. Your instincts and stuff kind of came in from there.
By the way, I did quit. That's one of the times I quit.
It is plant a seed. But you have coaching skills to empower their team members, organizational skills to plan and manage resources effectively, and the ability to learn and keep an open mind.
And that last one is probably one of the most important ones. As a good leader, you have to stay ahead of the curve. You have to look at what's happening in the market. I mean, if you can get behind the next big thing, you'll be famous.
Yeah.
And I've been able to do that 2 times in my career. And I found out about it. I got ahead of it. I learned all I could about it. I got a job doing it. I wasn't an expert because I don't think any of us are experts in it, but I was really good at it.
Yeah.
And then another thing came out. I got ahead of that one. And that's where you're successful, getting ahead of the curve.
But that's that's what also one of your traits that I've always noticed about you. You don't just take something for what you hear, like, oh, I heard about Hyrox. You do your research on every single thing, and you come back with notes and like, this is what I got from this.
Well, everybody thinks they're an expert, but they've never done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Hyrox. I have people that work with me, and they go, man, your job is easy. I can do what you do. But they don't have the 30, 35-year background to situational selling. What are you going to do if this happens? Who are you going to call if you need this? And so people don't understand. It's like running a marathon. Oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
But could you do it without training?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. You got to train. You got to suffer. You got to get to that point. So when somebody tells me they can do my job, yeah, you can. But you can't do it like I can.
You want to do it effectively.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You'll get fired.
No.
You'll get exposed. People will get exposed with that lack.
Yes. And I call that giving somebody enough rope they'll choke themselves. And I just let them choke themselves. I don't have to fire you. I don't have to do anything. You're going to leave on your own.
Yeah.
But I also like to you as you also submit to where you don't know. Like, you've been with fitness your whole entire life, but yet you have a coach that you listen to and submit to. Like, okay, I don't know this. I need you here, which is insane because if I were to be working out my entire life and I turn 50, I'm gonna be like, I don't need nobody. I'm good.
Yeah,
I got myself covered.
I'm wise
I got
enough.
my 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
I'm a master of this. But yet, no, you're like, I don't know enough, and that speaks wisdom. That's what wisdom is to me.
2 things. Well, first of all, yeah, you're correct. Second of all, is I work so hard at my job and my family. Just tell me what to do. You're the boss of running. Tell me what I need to do this week, okay? So I don't have to think about it. I don't have to okay, I got to do that today. So I'll check the box.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I do the same thing, check the box. I don't have to think about it. That's why you get a coach. Yeah.
Have you had mentors in your life throughout this whole
yes
in every area?
Yes.
Like business and all that?
All that. You know, a mentor, what is a mentor to you?
Someone who's done it already and now giving back what they pouring into you, what they've already had gone through, so you don't have to go. What they've learned in their experiences, you don't have to go through that. What they have to go through.
Let me say what you just said in my terms. When you reach the pinnacle of excellence to where you're good at what you do, not an expert, but you're good at what you do, you start giving back. You start giving back to people below you. And it's not as much as I'm going to do your job for you. If you have a question or something about business, call me. I'll walk you through it. I'm not going to give you the answer. I'm going to ask what you're thinking, what your strategy is, what are your tactics that you're doing, what's your SWOT analysis? Do you know we all know what a SWOT analysis is: strength, weaknesses, opportunity, your tactics. What have you put this down on a piece of paper? No. Do this, put it down on a piece of paper, call me back next week and we'll go over this. I'm not going to give you the answer.
Right.
But yeah, so a mentor is, you don't get paid to be a mentor.
No.
This is something I'm giving back.
Right.
Coaching, I feel people get paid to coach. I mean, I pay my coaches.
Yeah,
I'll pay them because they're taking time out of their day. And, they've got another thing about paying your coach is if you did it for free, you probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But since you have skin in the game, you're going, okay, I've got skin in the game. I might as well do what he tells me to do. Let's see if I zip, boom, bye.
Yeah. Then the accountability too for being a coach.
That's the word, accountability.
Yeah.
And if you haven't done one right yet in your life, do a SWOT analysis. That helped. That helped just catapult me, just knowing what I'm good at and what I need to work on and what is going there for me. And that was a huge shift right there when I did my first one. I was like, oh my goodness. Because you have to recognize.
Just look up SWOT, SWOT. All it is strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats on every strategy that you devise, put together. Run it through that SWOT analysis test and see if it's doable. If it's not achievable, think up another strategy.
Yeah.
So I've actually had to do that with my business recently. AI is a whole nother topic. Yeah. You wrote in your notes, for a lack of guidance, a nation falls, but victories were won through many advisors. You also we just spoke about the ability to learn and keep an open mind. A leader has to have advisors in an open mind to say, I don't know everything.
Absolutely.
And because he will fall.
That's right.
He will fall if you're siloed out. If you're just by yourself and you're not letting anybody pour into you, there's a level of that you will reach and you will cap out, and that's it.
Absolutely. So think about starting a business from the ground. I call it dirt. As a leader, you can't do this all by yourself. There's too many things. So what I always did was, as a leader, you've got to bring 5 VPs in. You got one for commercial, one for legal, one for HR, one for marketing, and whatever this one is. So you devise your strategy. You put your strategy down on your VP's desk. They devise tactics on how to get to that, how to win that strategy. You can't do it yourself. You've got to have people to help you.
A board.
Exactly.
Do you ever find it hard from, I guess, your leaders that you've experienced because you're on a whole nother level, but let's just speak from the pastor. You tell me, from leaders, that it's hard for them to let go? Like, have you ever found someone that's like wants control over, you know what I'm trying to say, but this is also different type of entrepreneurs are this way. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I know exactly what you're saying.
And so when it comes to these type of categories, a lot of them also don't offer the opportunity just yet because they're on their own journey. They're on their own path.
Do you know why they're like that?
No.
Because they don't understand what you do. Think about it. They have no idea what you do. So they're trying to put value in what you do in their strategy.
What they assume.
Exactly. Right. If you get a boss that doesn't know what you do or understand what you do, he's going to ask you to do all kind of dumb stuff, build some PowerPoint presentations. What he's trying to do is get caught up to speed with when what he should do is come and say, look, Sienna, I don't know what you do. You obviously bring a lot of value to the company. Can you help me out? Instead of just just beating
giving
on
the tactics. I'm just curious because I know a lot of because just real estate, everyone's their own business owner. So it's just I hear of a lot of people that don't know how to let go, and I'm like, I don't know the answer. I don't know how to how do we get them to understand?
So another example. So I control my big account is McKesson. Okay, so it's a drug wholesaler. They distribute drugs to hospitals and to practices, clinics, blah, blah, blah. And so I have everything McKesson to my company. I'll get these leaders that are on top of me that think they know how to work McKesson.
Okay.
But I've only had McKesson for 20 years.
I was going to say, you've talked about McKesson forever.
That's the reason I have that house is the reason we have the land is because of McKesson. And, for somebody to come in and tell me what you just said, hard to let go,
Yeah.
I do listen to what they say, because you might find a nugget in there.
For sure.
But 99% of the time, I don't find nuggets. And they're trying to get me to go to the wrong people.
Okay.
This person can't help us.
Yeah.
This person can't help us. Well, why don't you do it this way? Because that won't work here. It works here, but it won't work here. How do you know? Because I've already tried it.
Yeah. You've already done it.
But yeah, there are a lot of leaders out there that don't want to let go, and they will actually hamper what you're doing.
Right.
Just because they think they know it all.
Yeah.
They're leads with a closed fist.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
You
right.
got to open it up and
That's
just
right.
let it flow.
Do it my way. Do
Yeah.
it my way. There's more than one way to skin a cat, but once again, I'll go back to people buy from who they like. If they like you, they're going to buy from you. And if your brand is solid, your reputation's solid, you're golden. You're golden.
I agree.
But if you screw that client, practice, person over one time, it could tarnish your relationship with everybody.
I agree.
It really
too.
could, because it gets around. It gets around.
It's a small, big world.
Yes, it's a small, big
whatever
world. That's a
industry
great
we're in.
point.
How big Houston it is. It's crazy. I mean, me and Seti have been here for, it's 2025, so 11 years, 12 years. And I never anticipated I would know this many people. I'm go to Corpus and I go into the HEB and it's a high school reunion.
Yeah.
Just to the HEB. Here, I'm just like, I'm in the Woodlands, I'm in Houston, but it's just reputation, how you carry yourself, how you walk into a room is so important.
Exactly.
How you speak about people that aren't in the room. Do you know what I mean? And so it's just character. That's morals and ethics. And I truly believe in, if you're that person, anyone will follow you as long as you stay true to your core.
Show me who you are by yourself and what you do by yourself when nobody's looking.
Yeah.
Well, show me what type of person you are.
Yep.
Period.
I was just talking.
Period. It's
Was I
me.
just talking
Yeah,
to you
she
the
just
other
told me
day
about that, yeah.
you
The
asked me a
cart.
question, the HEB, and because I've been in instances like this. Okay, I don't know where I got it from. I guess my roots. And we had I was talking about being around people. Let's just say you're at HEB. Okay, we might all be guilty for this. However, I've noticed it because I've seen other people do it. Like in the people I'm in the car with. We're unloading the groceries, put it in the car, and then that grocery cart holder is too far away. So what do you see people do? They just put it in this empty parking space. They put it on top of the grass thing. I've seen it hit cars before. And then you have like pregnant moms, right? That brings empathy, emotional intelligence. So I'm trying to say here is do things behind closed doors that no one else saw you do. Did you go put the cart away? To me, that's deeper.
What she just said is primal. I mean, and let me take that a step further, because I use that as an example. I always take my buggy back or always take it back to the door. And the reason being is, I'm sorry if your car got door dinged, but I used to date a girl, her and her brother was mentally retarded, and he worked at Walmart, and he was the buggy boy. And he worked from 2:00 in the morning until 5:30 in the morning. And all he did was, at this particular Walmart, he went out and got all the buggies where people were just too dang lazy to take their stuff back. And it just ingrained in my brain.
Right.
I'm going to take my buggy back. I'm going to take my buggy back.
I agree.
But it's only because I keep remembering Paul in the back of my brain, mentally retarded, great guy, working from 2 to 5:30 in the middle of the summer, buggies.
Yeah. And see how small it's such a small act though. But to me, that's so deeper. That's deeper.
It really shows me the type of person. When I see a buggy that's like put over the curb, I'm like, I mean, to this day, I'm at HEB and I'll see somebody do that and I'll just go, really?
Yeah.
And just walk off, really?
I'm to that point too. I know. I'm like, guys, it's right there. I'll take it for you.
I'll take it for you. And that's usually what I do. I'll take the buggy back because you're too lazy to walk 5 feet.
Now you should put it back. I'm good. I'm not.
You're not guilty.
Yeah, from now on you will. I promise.
I know it's going to be an
I've always did it.
No.
But I test your listeners. Do it.
Yeah.
I mean, what's 5 minutes out of your life? You know.
And it even goes deeper too when it comes to like you're a leader, you're the leader of your business, and it's like taking the trash out.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? Like still being humble enough to be able to, that your people are watching you.
Yes.
And so when you're that person, you're not like too into yourself because you're too good to do that. No, they want to be with someone that feels the same way. That makes them believe in the mission that you believe in.
That's right.
Just like what you're telling them to believe in. So. Sorry,
if your leader gets up in the middle of a meeting and starts clearing off the table, he cares. They care.
Yeah.
They do. They care.
Yeah, I've got to take a tour of the Astro Stadium one time, and I saw the owner cleaning up the floor of the stadium.
Yeah.
He was a billionaire.
Yep.
He literally pays people for this, but yet he was on his knees cleaning up the floor. He saw a spot. I don't know if it was a plan. It couldn't have been planned. He was just walking, but he knew the janitor's name, which is crazy. Hey, so and so. He said that person's name. Let me see that rag. Got the rag and just cleaned it up. I don't care who he cuts, who he trades. I saw him as a person that day. I was like, you're willing to do that.
What does that show you?
He knows the janitor's name.
It shows pride.
Yeah.
That's his car. Just like you got a truck out there, you go out there and you polish it, you clean it, you got pride. He loves what he does.
Yep.
And I would do the same thing. I mean, somebobody's got to do it.
Right.
And there's nobody here. Let me do it real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great thing to see.
It's all about what you do behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about these books right here that you brought today?
This is the very first book that I read right out of college, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. This is, I bought this in 1987, so it's old. It's been read a couple of times. But reading this book as a brand new salesperson really opened up my eyes, because I'm a true believer that if you help enough people get what they want out of life, you'll get everything out of life that you want. It goes back to people buy from who they like.
Right.
It's a great book. It's a great, great book. They've actually updated it since the 80s to today. They have new situations that are more relevant, like Microsoft and businesses today, but same meaning. Great book. Great, great book. This one right here by Jocko, Navy SEAL, Extreme Ownership, changed my life. This was a very strong book. As a leader, we listen to people put blame on other people when we know whose fault it is.
Yep.
And as a leader, you have to fess up and go, look, I did that. It's my mistake.
Yep.
It's not going to happen again. So what this book teaches you is to own your mistakes. People will respect you if you own it than trying to pawn it off on somebody else. It's a great book.
Absolutely.
Great book.
That's actually one of the things that I noticed when my life was changing, when I started blaming my outside circumstances. Because everything, a lot of our issues that we're complaining about, they're self-inflicted. We've done it to ourselves, but we just want to blame somebody else because we're too prideful to admit that I was wrong. I did this wrong. And I was always blaming everything. Oh, I didn't have this because my dad died. Oh, I didn't have this because of this. It was like...
Change your situation.
Exactly. I stopped being a victim.
Yeah, change your situation.
And it was like, oh, I did that. I chose to do this. This was my doing. This was all self-inflicted.
That's right.
I can't be complaining about my circumstances when I'm the reason I'm in these circumstances.
Right.
And I had to get myself out of it. But it was hard to hold yourself. It's hard to hold yourself accountable because you got to admit your mistakes. You got to admit, oh, I did you wrong. I'm sorry. You don't. No one wants to be the bad guy. Everyone's a hero in their story.
Yeah. And nobody wants to look bad in front of their boss. But to me, when somebody admits a mistake or an error in judgment, and it didn't kill anybody, and you didn't violate any HR issues, that's a learning moment. That's a learning moment, and for you doing that, I respect you a whole lot more,
right?
Because you owned up to your mess up.
I think there's a beauty behind all of that, and not even just you, but just people. And the point of what we're trying to do here is we come from something. We've all lacked or failed at something, and it's just beautiful to see the growth and to be able to reflect on that and realize how you used to be, and to teach your daughter, to teach whomever. Hey, let's not go through that, or call your friends out, call your mentors out if they're having a moment. It's just a part of the journey.
That's right. I agree.
It's just nice that. Unfortunately, that's just part of your story. So luckily you can talk about it. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to remember that Jesus was a servant first. He served the people, and then, went to heaven.
Yeah, he came to serve, not be served.
That's right.
I was telling my wife last night, Jesus washed people's feet.
That's right.
Like, are you willing to let someone come in our house and wash their feet?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I would be disgusted. But he did that. He washed. I mean, back in the day, they didn't have no socks. They were in sandals, all dirty. They were dirt. But he got down on his knees and washed their feet. are you willing to do that? Not, you don't have to, but I'm saying, would you be willing to do that? Would serve your people? And that's tough, because to serve, when you're the leader, you got to serve. Like we just talked about the owner of the Astros.
But it shows humility. It shows you care. It shows pride. I mean, that's the kind of person, an individual you want to work for. Seriously.
Yeah.
Speaking of scripture and stuff, I actually kind of been on this mission too myself, because I've been on my own journey as far as leading and whatnot. However, I do have my own leaders. And so being on this prayer journey, I've actually been realizing, instead of praying just for what I'm wanting selfishly and all these things and my goals and all these, I've actually been trying to pray for my own leaders. And so I actually came across Hebrews 13:17. Have confidence in your leaders and submit to their authority, because they keep watch over you as those who must give an account. Do this so that their work will be a joy, not a burden, for that would be of no benefit of you.
I always tell my boss, everything I do is to make you look good.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't want to make you look bad. So everything I do is going to make you look good. I'm going to go out there and make sure that we make these numbers.
Right.
I'm going to make sure that we make the margin. You want a 45% market share. I'm going to make that happen.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's a good understanding of knowing that no matter if good happens, it's going to be his credit, and if what bad happens, it's going to be on him no matter what.
Exactly.
So knowing that's submitting. That's a big word, submission, which is the bad word to a lot of people, because why do I need to submit to you?
Right.
Why do I need to submit? Why do I got to submit?
It can come off negative.
But it's not in a, like, I'm demanding you. Yeah. It's like, look, I see your vision. I see where you want to go. Let's do it. How are we going to get there?
That's right.
I'm with you 100%. I got your back. Submission is not defeat. Submission is not, I'm weaker than you. It is actually show strength to know. It's like so wisdom to be under somebody, but it shows strength to show, look, I am under you. Where are we going? You're the shepherd. Lead me.
So one of the things, every quarter we have a new strategy, and they put the strategy out there. And then I'll get the strategy. Then I'll have to devise my tactics within McKesson and with the team that I work with. And let's just say that they want a 30% margin or 30% market share. Well, I'll take that 30%. I'll say stretch goal 45.
Okay.
So I'm shooting for 45. Company's shooting for 30. So if we can meet somewhere in the middle, we had a great quarter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's good.
I do that a lot. And, sometimes it works.
Yeah.
Sometimes you fail. But, as one of my leaders tells me, if you don't shoot the ball, you'll never make the basket.
Okay. I'm taking a lot of this stuff in.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to shoot.
You got to shoot.
No
you got to make
kidding.
that shot.
Yeah.
You can't be afraid. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody, as long as it doesn't hurt ethically, as long as it's not an HR issue, you got to take chances.
Yeah, not trying is probably worse than failing.
Exactly.
I'd rather say I tried and I failed
Absolutely.
than to say I never did it at all.
I mean, when I come up with a new strategy, I can usually tell you it's going to work or it's not going to work.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's your strategy. I'm going to get as close as I can. So there's a great verse that I pulled up for mentorship. It's Proverbs 27:17.
Okay.
As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another.
I've heard. I didn't realize that was Proverbs.
That's such an amazing verse.
Okay.
That whole book is just, I was telling about the other day, it's the book of wisdom.
Yeah, it's just
That's where, if you want wisdom, read Proverbs.
That's right.
And it's
That's
the
right.
beginning of, I was actually at the Bible study on Thursday, it's the beginning of wisdom starts with the fear of the Lord. The fear of the Lord is being scared of God. It's respecting him.
That's right.
It's being in awe of him. Like,
I think that people get that mixed up, fear and respect.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect the Lord. I mean, fear, I'm going to die when he wants me to die. There's no, why fear it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I love him. I embrace him. Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't punish me and, I linger on my deathbed. But at the end of the day, it's respect. It's total respect. So,
Yeah. It's,
You also had mentioned a link maybe that you wanted us.
I have a lot of
To take
people
a look
say,
at?
where did you get started? How do you get motivated? How do you become a good leader? You have to take that first step. Okay. Dr. D was talking, consistency, one step at a time, one piece of cheese at a time. Then at the end of the year, you've got this big pile because it's consistent. But Admiral William H. McRaven gave a commencement speech at University of Texas back, I think it was 2014. Take a look at it on the link. It's an unbelievable watch. I think it's 10 minutes. It's worth the watch.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It really is.
We'll put that in the description, guys. So I'm excited to watch it myself.
Yeah, I've heard some good speeches that keep me motivated.
Something so small, when you listen to it, you're like going, well, that's ridiculous. But it's something so small, so minute that if you complete this task every day, complete this one task, it will open up your entire day.
Okay.
Kind of what we talked about earlier when I was saying how someone takes advantage of you by your habits.
That's right.
If you let your habits fall, the whole body crumbles. You just crumble.
Well, habit consistency, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got you're absolutely right.
Recently, I've been on this routine kick. I'm like, if we haven't traveled in a while as a family, and honestly, I don't mind if we don't, because I'm like such on this. I'm a routine person. I don't know how people live like out of an airplane. You know, like they're always traveling. I know. I don't know how you, but you keep, that's the point. You keep up with the consistency. And that was a question I was going to ask is how do you lead in places like fitness, faith, or even your own personal development? And something I can say, I don't know, many of you probably don't know, guys, but this is my stepdad. So
Spoiler.
Yes, spoiler alert. As far as that's why we go personal. And, you know, living with you back in college and everything when Seti was in high school, I remember you used to be a bodybuilder. And so now I'm getting older. I'm like now raised in this like more of a fitness family, like active family. Mom does her Tabata in the mornings. You hear the music from the garage while we're getting ready in the mornings. And something you always did was you would run. You also would work out in the garage, but you would run at like 3 p.m. And I was like, why is this guy running in the middle of the hot? I don't understand. It got me into I had a break in between some classes when I was like full-time student, and I would work out in the mornings. I'd come back, change, go run at 3 p.m. And I'm like, oh, now I see why he does. It's the consistency. It's just what it brings within you. My school was up to par. I think I had like 2 jobs at the time because I don't know how to sit still. And so it's just when you really love what you do, the hobbies, the habits, whatever it is, really like hone in on that and do it, because whenever you veer off though, you'll notice the difference.
Well, my thing about working out early in the morning is I use my brain so much at work. I'm exhausted. I'm so tired, and the last thing I want to do is come home and run or work out. So I'll run at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. I do travel for a living. I'm probably on 3 or 4 planes a week. It's tough, but every Marriott property that I stay at, it's usually encompassed in about a mile campus. I'll get out there and run 3 or 4 times around the Marriott. I don't know where I'm at, what city.
I've seen you even walk at the airport.
Oh, yeah.
You've gotten you just get your steps in.
I'll get my steps in. I'll do something.
It's just something we have to do that's in us.
Yes, exactly. And if I don't do it, I am so guilt-ridden.
Yeah, I know.
And it's me. Nobody cares except me. But, in the morning, I get up, I do my thing, I check the box. Okay. This morning I did it. I finished at 7:30. I was like, that's done. Yeah. So I don't have to worry about that.
Yep. And time management. You have now time for breakfast.
That's right.
You made it here this morning. Right. Like, you were early, like all the things. Yep.
So we talked about the different facets of your life, God and family, your work, your fitness, and when you train for Hyrox, your fitness, some things, you're going to eat into the family time, or you're going to eat into this because you're spending more time doing it. But it's what you do early in the morning when nobody else is doing it that defines your character.
Yep. I was talking to Rocky about setting some more habits recently, and I was being hard on myself. And so this morning, that's why I was actually thinking of you, because I went running, and I was like, this, I'm finally back. I've been saying it forever. I like to lift in the mornings, but I'm trying to time manage, let me get the run over with. I can lift later or whatever. I can go in the garage later. However, I'm trying to get the running back. And so it was just beautiful. And I was thinking if I had to, I was just thinking of the 3 p.m. deal as how hot it gets. And I'm like,
but that was one of the main reasons, because it's just so hot in the middle of the afternoon. Right. I was just dying. But I love running in the cold. Give me 20 degrees. I'm happy.
I can't fall in love with that.
I like it better than the hot for sure.
Oh, for sure.
You warm up.
Yeah.
In the hot, you don't cool down.
No. So, and you run when it's cold, and you don't even think you're thirsty. And you know you're dying for water, but you don't drink. You know.
I just don't like the wind burning my face. How has having a vision helped out your life?
Oh, you have to have a vision, because if you don't have a map, a road map to what you want to do, you're just going to struggle. I mean, you have to have a vision. You have to have a focus. And one of the things I love about your mother, my beautiful wife, is I gave her control of our money. All the money that we make, I gave her control of it. And I'm sitting there shaking my head, because my brand new truck is almost paid off. Our house is almost paid off.
Yeah.
All these things that Rose is doing, I'm like going, it was the same amount of money that I controlled.
Yeah.
I just gave her that vision and let her roll with it.
Yeah.
Like a good leader does. Here, you do this.
Right. Yeah.
We're almost debt free because of your mom.
That's amazing.
I'm not kidding, but you have to have vision. You have to have vision in fitness. You have to have vision in work. I mean, you have to, because if you can't see an end point, what are you working for?
You're just throwing darts on the board with your eyes closed.
That's right. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
So
there's no
somebody
aim.
comes up to me and goes, I need 10% more market share. I know where to go. I know where to go to get this. Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't have the vision, you're literally closing your eyes, looking down with your life, and just throwing, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And you don't even know if you're on the board, hidden there. You're not going anywhere.
Half of what I do, most salespeople, what we do is just showing up. That's half.
Yeah.
Just showing up. Getting out of bed in the morning, showing up, that's half the effort. 25% is a little luck. It is a little luck. You walk in, oh, Starbucks, there's the guy you've been trying to see for the last 3 months. Oh, there he is drinking coffee by himself. How many times does that happen? To me,
often.
it happens a lot.
Okay.
And it's like, hey, blah, blah, blah. But you got to have vision. You got to have vision. If you don't, you're not going to go anywhere. But it's 50% getting out of bed, 25% luck, and 25% knowledge. That's the way I equate it.
Is there anything, any principle from your personal growth that you're working on as a leader right now, as we speak, that you can think of?
Oh, yes. So, as you know, I hurt my back, and I can't run, and it hurts me so bad watching runners early in the morning. Or I woke up Saturday morning, and for the last 3 years, I've always done a long run on Saturday, and I'm sitting at home. So me and you have talked about, I changed my disciplines a lot. You know, working out, powerlifting, bodybuilding, running, Hyrox. So I'm having to rearrange my vision on fitness right now because of my lower back. So I started rowing, which has taken a lot of pain out, but I'm still able to keep my fitness up. I want to start swimming. So I'm changing my strategy to get to the same vision.
Right.
Does that make
adapting.
Yes.
We talked about this earlier. You're situational, you're flexible, you're not quitting.
I'm not going to quit.
You're adapting.
No, I'm not going to quit. You know, I just have to find something else. Look, I'm old. I'm 60 years old. I had a great time growing up. I treated my body like a carnival. So, now I'm paying for it. I am paying for it right now.
Yeah.
But I just have to I'm still going to do this. I just have to find a new car to get there.
That's awesome.
And I will.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I like that. That's a great mindset to have. To not, all right, well, the doctor said I can't run. I'm out.
Yeah.
Well, I don't ever listen to what the doctor says. I always listen to the pain involved and
You're listening right now. You're listening.
My back is screaming. Well, you know, you got lower back, so I mean, when it hurts, it is. I've never felt pain like that before.
Man, it hurts doing yoga, but that's the only way sometimes it alleviates. Just yoga. I have to stretch.
I'll be laying in bed and I'll and it's just like, where did that come from?
Oh, dang. We got to get Nyla to show.
What you've done with Nyla is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, because I love how you spend time with her. You play Costco. I was like, what is Costco? You know, just things that I would never think of. But you're a good dad.
Yeah.
You're a good dad.
That's right there is what we did yesterday. She painted.
I was going to say, that's new.
Yeah, she's going to start decorating our set with that.
Cute.
Okay.
Cute.
Yeah, it's her painting. Okay, I got me a Picasso for Nyla.
But just remember, different levels equals different levels. All right. And always, what is your strategy? Is it margin over mission, money over what's right? Is it mission over margin?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's so tough, especially when we have a mindset of this is how long this is going to make it. Am I going to have this? If the glass half full, scared. I'm going to exhaust everything that I got. Mm-hmm. And then when you have an opportunity to make a big amount of money, but it comes at a cost,
mm-hmm.
you can't sell your soul.
No,
Mm-hmm.
don't sell your soul.
Because you will slowly. Yeah, it's what it is.
What would you say to someone who feels overwhelmed or unqualified?
Oh, well, if you're unqualified, find you a mentor mm-hmm. to help you, a coach to get through that. Mm-hmm. Is the piece of pie that you're biting off of, is it too big? What do you have the qualifications to do this, or something? Mm-hmm. That's a tough one, because once again, all people want to go to the next level. Mm-hmm. They all want to. They don't know what it's like to be there. Right. But what would I say to someone who feels overwhelmed or unqualified? A, get qualified. Mm-hmm. B, pull up your big boy pants, because if you want to get there, this is what it's going to take.
Surround yourself by people.
Exactly. Show me 5 of your friends. Yeah. I'll show you your future. Mm-hmm. 100%.
I agree.
100%. If you hang around a bunch of punks, you're a punk.
Pretty much.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I met a guy who he owns a building company. He's a builder. And his first gig, he had a buddy who worked at a big place, a huge, big job. And he put a bid on the roof. And he got the job. Without any employees, he just got the LLC a few days before that, mm-hmm. and that
tells me he didn't know what he was doing. He just put a number out there.
He put a number out there, wow. and he's like, I had to figure it out. Like you said, pull up your big boy pants. He had to pull up his pants, and now literally he has a building company today. He's a builder now,
wow.
A big one.
Just wonder if he underbid that. Contractually, he's
obligated.
So if he doesn't do that, that guy could sue him for that amount of money. Mm-hmm. And if he does build it and he loses money, he loses money. Mm-hmm. So
dang. But so that was his first one.
That was his first
and he lucked out.
And he got it. He got it done.
Okay.
He said it took a
leap of faith.
But he did.
Yeah.
But he did. He was overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Unqualified.
Mm-hmm.
But he pushed through. He's like, I'm gonna get it done. I got to do it now. That also speaks to your character. Like, if you're gonna get it done, get it done.
Yeah.
What you do is go out and hire 3 lieutenants that do know what they're doing, mm-hmm. and put the strategy on them that built the tactics. So, just because you don't know what you're doing, as long as you know something that you're doing, find you 2 or 3 experts or people that know what they're doing.
Outsource.
Yeah.
What? All right. What has God taught you about leadership? Pace and peace.
Oh, what has God taught me about leadership? Patience. You got to be patient. Nothing happens overnight. Strategies are put in place for futuristic goals to be attained. Because we'll put strategies in for the first of the year, but you have to be patient. You have to let it work its course. Mm-hmm. It's not going to happen overnight. The problem with the millennials out today, they want something overnight. Yes. They want that instant gratification.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I can run a marathon, but I don't want to train. Well, you're not going to run that marathon. Mm-hmm. But that's the biggest thing: patience. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the 5-year plans now are like what 15-year plans used to be. There's no 5-year plan. I want it all done this year.
That's right. That's right. I don't even look at 10, 15-year plans anymore. I look at a 5 because who knows you're going to be here in 10 years.
Absolutely.
I mean, you don't know, because you might do so bang up that somebody's going to buy your company. Mm-hmm. So,
and we've experienced so many things, like Dr. Dan. We had COVID. We had the flood. We've had the freaking snowstorms. Like, you just never know. In Texas nowadays, goodness.
COVID was really, really weird for my book of business because you're dealing with companies overseas make your product, right? So most products either come from China, India, Vietnam, just because labor is so cheap over there. So we make our drugs there and ship them here. Mm-hmm. The McKessons of the world, they were worried about having product during COVID, so they just started buying up everything. If you made it and it's here, they bought it. So we had the best year in 2021 that we had ever had because they just bought everything that we had. It was amazing. So,
Gosh.
yeah,
Wow.
but situations change, you take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So,
I wish I would have done that back in 2020 in real estate. I would have bought a house a long time ago.
Exactly.
The way the interest rate was,
Yeah.
anyways, you shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's okay.
but 2020 is hindsight.
Yeah.
Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be a shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Extreme ownership. Own it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Own it.
I agree.
Morality and ethics today, they play such a huge part in not only your personal life or business life. I mean, look at that guy, that CEO who went to the Coldplay concert.
Oh, no, I know.
I
Got
mean-
caught up.
Here's a CEO of a company, all right,
In public.
in public with his HR person, hugging, doing whatever.
Yeah.
And it was so easy to fire him because when you're a vice president or when you're that high up, you sign a contract. You do. Your insurance is different. Your pay is different. Everything's different. Within that contract, probably, XYZ morality clause. That was an easy termination.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you put that out there?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a pastor I used to go to his church. I followed him. He was my shepherd.
That's right.
And yeah, he did the same thing. Morality clause.
Yeah.
For lack of, but for just not saying his business. But yeah, he did that, and that was heartbreaking for me because I was like, I let you lead me. I let you. I listened.
Yeah.
And then you did that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, now I'm very close to my pastor now, and everything he does, I'm looking for the magnifying.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
don't you dare hurt
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
No, seriously.
But this guy's to prove time and time again he's the real deal.
But a leader has to be moral. They have to have ethics. They have to.
I was asked Thursday, actually, believe it or not, from my boss. He asked me, Sienna, what is one thing you want when it comes to hiring people? And I was so quick-witted on this one. I said, their values. When I'm in an interview, you can tell. You go personal. You're interviewing someone, and I want to get to know them, not just asking the scripted questions. And so I said, their values, because if they believe in themselves enough, they're going to believe in our mission.
That's right.
We already have our belief system. But then it's going to come because then what are they going to do? Are they going to do the right thing or wrong thing? I don't want to have to, mind you, are we all perfect? Absolutely not. But I want them to own up. That comes to owning up to whenever they do something wrong. That comes with such a deeper clause that it's just, I think it's important for us leaders to be able to recognize.
What are you going to do when you're by yourself?
Yes, exactly. And so it's neat. It's neat to see the journey. But I wanted to end us off of just a scripture, just to kind of remind us, and it's 1 Timothy 4:12. Don't let anyone look down on you because you're young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. Really, no matter what, I kind of took from that is like no matter what you're going through, no matter what age you are, what level you are in your life, just remember who you are and practice it in your speech, in your purity and love and faith, everything, all and for a full circle.
Yeah.
And that's actually perfect because it was Paul speaking to Timothy. Paul, the mentor, Timothy, the mentee. He was pouring into
So I read this scripture, and what I see is believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself.
Yes, you have to. You
Yeah.
have to. Any last words?
No, I appreciate y'all letting me come on and,
Appreciate
my
you
stuff.
coming, making
No,
time for
thank
this.
you. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We learned a lot. And we'll add that description, the link
Yeah.
that you mentioned earlier as well. And
please watch it. It changed my view
will.
on a lot of stuff.
Okay.
It really did.
Perfect. There you go. It's accountability. Please let us know what you think in the comments below, whether it be YouTube or Instagram. And we'll see you on the next one. Stay rooted.
And keep rising.